Greetings, fellow Insomniacs, and welcome to Insomniac Gaming Theater. I am your host, the Crazy Player. Welcome back to our Just for Fun series for God of War 2018. We just got done with the Volander Mines in the last episode, and I think we're going to explore the lake a little bit. I know for a fact I would really like to get that treasure that we found with the treasure map that we found in the Volander Mines.
So, what other stories have you got?
One more. There was a horse. The horse sought vengeance upon his enemy, a stag. But he could not kill the stag alone. The horse met a man, a hunter, and made a deal. He took the man's bit and bridle and allowed him to ride in a saddle on his back. Together, they killed the stag, and the horse tasted victory. But the hunter would not release the horse and made a slave of him.
So getting revenge cost him his freedom. Hope it was worth it.
It was not.
So, that's an interesting approximation of Kratos' own story. Alright. So, double check. Yeah, double checking. Oblivion Stone. Stone hungers for the energy and absorbs it on content. Coveted and hoarded by dwarves, can be used to upgrade pommels with life-draining damage effects. Found in treasure map caches. Yeah, no kidding. Also, really, an inland bleached shadow crest? What was that? Is that a resource, or is that... No, I think that's, okay. Oh, Fafnir's entry stone. Okay. Let's see here. Go to sockets. Inlaid crest of shadows. Duelist protective barrier. High activation on any successful parry. Interesting. Will cost us 3 points of strength and 3 points of runic. But would increase our luck by 4. High perk activation chance on any successful parry. That's very interesting. Oh. Blessing of Runic on any successful parry. Need to think about that. Those do both sound good. Oh, yeah. I was going to do this. Head to Fafnir's Hoard. We'll track that. And then look for it on the map. Okay. Looks like... No. Oh. Way over here. Okay. I'm not 100% certain that we can get over there, but okay. We'll go around the far way on the lake and see what all there is to find. Also, those green orbs are a thing that will become useful to us later, but I'm curious how we're supposed to get over it. Yeah. See that too, but I don't know how to get over it. So odd. Okay. So we're going to row our way around the lake a bit, seeing what we can find.
Massive. There must be a way to open this gate. Somehow.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that's in this game, boy.
Hey, that
But
looks like
who
a water
knows?
wheel. Or I guess, an underwater wheel. Did you just laugh at that?
No.
You sure?
Yes. I do not laugh.
Don't I know it?
Uh-huh. That's definitely a thing for later. Oh,
Got another story?
Very well. Enough. Stories are for the boat. We must focus.
Yes, sir.
Stone Falls. Interesting.
Here. Boy.
Sir. Another map. Great.
Boat Captain's Key. I think that's over by where we just were. Where the other thing was. All right. Alright, so we're gonna have to drop that bridge somehow so that we can get around. Also, I am expecting enemies. And indeed, enemies.
What'd I do?
I see improvement.
Nice! Alright, let's see here. Cursed Tassel Worm. These tassel worms don't have a poisonous barb, but it does have a sac in its throat that lets it barf poison at us. I know, it's really gross. Poison is deadly to the touch, so even if we dodge the attack, we may still need to be careful not to step in it. Okay? Okay. So, looks like we go around here. Can't get that. Don't think we can get that open.
One more for the collection.
Nice. A whole bunch of hack silver. And then, it looks like something hostile is over there.
Come and Face me, God of Thunder! Your challenges mean nothing to the gods, Spirit. They do not listen. Do not mock my pursuit of vengeance. Though my family devoted their lives to worshipping Thor, I've devoted mine to his downfall. And I will start with that statue looming over my father's grave. Unlikely. You are dead.
Is there something we can do?
For a reward, of course. If you bring down the statue, you have my blessing to loot my father's grave. He rests on an island to the east.
Interesting.
Why do you hate Thor so much?
After my father passed, my mother built the statue to watch over his grave. Imagine our surprise when the God of Thunder himself came to offer condolences. At first we were thrilled, but he quickly took advantage of our hospitality. My mother begged him to leave, and Thor, in his drunken rage, killed her. I was left with nothing but grief. Eventually I lost that as well, and found only rage in its place.
I'm so sorry.
Come, boy. We have a statue to destroy.
Interesting. I guess it is in this game.
Oh, yeah. That's the answer.
My father's grave lies on an island to the east. Do not mistake my mother's statue of Thor with that monstrous eyesore to the south.
Oh, okay. So that's definitely a thing for later. Alright. Ah, yes. I'd almost forgotten about this. Ooh. Talisman of Golden Protection. Activate immediately after being hit to recover faster. Also, it's a passive effect of increases the defense timing of parries and greatly increases defense while blocking. That's interesting. Huh. Getting a lot of interesting, cool stuff. I think I still like this, but we're definitely getting close to the point where we're going to find something I'm going to want more.
I cannot rest while my mother's murderer stands above my father's grave.
Yeah. Working on it.
That spirit.
The one whose mom was killed by Thor? What about him?
Let his story be a reminder. The lives of men mean nothing to the gods.
I know, Father.
You know. But do you listen?
Yes.
Good.
I love how he's always talking about how these things, lives of men mean nothing to the gods and all of this, while he himself is a god. And presumably his son would be...
short and purposeful stories from it?
Very well. There was a tale of a frog. His pond had dried up, so the frog and his son left to find a new home. They found a well. The son saw the water and made to jump in, but the father stopped him. He saw the well was deep, and once inside, they would not be able to escape if the water dried up again. Wisely, they moved on.
That's it?
Yes.
That's really not a story. If the son jumped in, it would be a story.
Then he would be trapped and starve while the father watched helplessly.
See? That's a story.
So, as I was saying, I find it interesting that Kratos spends all of this time talking about how much the gods don't care when he himself is a god, and Atreus is presumably a demigod. And also... So, what lessons is he teaching his son about who they are? So, there's that. There's also Um, that last story kind of related to the two of them. Oh, look, it's Brock.
Boy,
Veathergar, southern outpost of the Dwarven King. Dwarven King? Have you ever heard of a Dwarven King?
no.
Interesting. Nothing remains of Veathergar except for the ruins of. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Except for the ruins of the king's cruelty. The once fertile soil is barren, soaked in the blood of both hunters and the hunted. It was the noble dwarf king noble dwarf king himself, who demanded the bloodshed. He who conscripted the gentle farmers of these lands into an army of ill-equipped hunters. He whose thirst for savage beasts produced a legion of widows. Castle still stands for those foolish enough to scavenge, wherein dwells the deadliest of his quarry. Let caution guide you. Yikes. Doesn't sound like a nice place. Father will probably want to visit it anyway, looking for useful resources. Gotten a little predictable, but I'm still having fun seeing new places with him. Yeah, pretty much. Hello there. Oh.
Hey, Brock, you ever hear of a Dwarf King?
I suppose you're talking about Motsignir?
Motsignir.
Some bitch ruled over the humans once lived in this area. Built himself a castle just north of here.
A Dwarven castle? What's it like?
You got yourself a pair of eyes and legs, ain't you? Might want to stock up before you head that way, though. Old Motsignir's known for collecting all manner of killerin creatures. Not sure who's looking after 'em now. Come on in, then. So much for peace and quiet.
I have a feeling we're going to be replacing this soon, so I'm not going to spend any time upgrading it. That's very, very tempting. I think we're going to not, but man, I can definitely see. Yeah. Oh, the reason why we didn't have we couldn't buy the others is because we already bought the others. Okay.
I see. Just wanted to stare into my eyes.
Not my fault you're not offering interesting enough wares. Well, that's not a happy sound.
Enemies ahead!
Ah!
Takes care of that.
Okay. Well, so those enemies don't seem to be too high level for us. So we'll explore a little bit. Yeah, that's not ominous at all. Alright.
What happened to these people?
Follow the clues.
Okay. Well, scorch marks. They're all grouped together. So maybe they were hiding from some kind of fire breather. But they died anyways.
Oh, for crying out loud. All right.
Boy,
Yes, sir. Curse the Dwarf King, bane of mankind. Sounds like he wasn't a very good king. I wonder why they hated him so much.
they are dead now. Does it matter?
No, I'm just curious.
Curiosity.
An unbreakable chain. Uther has escaped his binds yet again. Instead of flying off this time, he seeks revenge on his captors and is determined to turn Veithergard to ashes. We seek shelter in the outline caves where we found sanctuary in the past. Our king assures us that our king assures us his next chain will be unbreakable. If anyone can build an unbreakable chain, it's Moxingner, architect of the great stronghold of Königsgard, leader of the glorious New Age, in etc., etc. These people seem a little friendlier for all the good it did them. Yeah.
He is dangerous, boy. Stay focused.
I will also point out that it says something about a thing that breathes fire and flies. What does that sound like?
What does it say?
Yes, sir. Veitherdalder. It means hunting death. Great.
Bad options. It does seem someone... Does this mean someone died during a hunt, or were they literally hunting death? Sounds rough either way. This is presumably where we go.
Wow.
Now, this is a whole huge side quest, isn't it?
How do you even begin to build statues this big?
Dwarves are resourceful creatures. Annoying, but resourceful.
I guess they must have been pretty important dwarves.
Yeah. There's a statue of Thor.
How about one more story?
One more. There was a young man who was caught stealing and condemned to die. His mother came to visit his prison. She was a kind woman who could only give love. But her son, the thief, met her with rage and bit off her ear.
What? Why?
Because the boy had always been a thief, and his mother had taught him only love and nothing of consequences. Had he been taught discipline instead, he might have lived longer.
Sure, but her ear, that's not right.
Nice.
Should we
Okay.
dock on this beach?
I think this is the statue we're looking for.
Well, here it is. It's gotta have a weak point. Somewhere.
Ooh, boy, this is gonna be bad. Well, maybe not as much as I was afraid of. I hear something.
Just let me know.
Okay. So those guys are higher level than us, but we're hanging in there. Alright, let's see if we can't find the weak point of the statue before we have to call this episode to a close. Huh, interesting.
His father's great. Find anything good?
Perhaps.
Father, we're going to bring down that statue, right?
See here. Grip of Tengiost. Probably mispronouncing that terribly. Low perk activation, chance to strike with an explosion of lightning that inflicts shock on all nearby enemies on any successful axe hit? Jeez, even at low perk activation chance, that's potentially very strong. And it's just a straight up improvement over what we've already got. Hell yeah. Alright.
There he goes. How's he planning on doing this himself?
Oh, also. Alright, that was pretty good. Let's see, maybe if I hit it from a different angle. Oh yeah, there we go.
He looks about ready to topple over.
Alright. Huh. No, I am not getting where this is supposed to be going. Alright. Oh.
He wasn't so tough.
Gods do not fall this easily, boy.
I know. I was just joking.
Nor are they a joking matter.
Sorry.
Oh. There's a whole lot around here to explore. Alright. Well, we are at the 30-minute mark, so I am going to go ahead call this episode to a close. Hope to see you next time. Until then, get some rest. Thank you for joining us here at Insomniac Gaming Theater. If you enjoyed the content, feel free to give us a like, subscribe, or support us through the Patreon link in the description.